Alright, so this is our segment called Don't Be Like Bruh.
Don't be like bruh.
Please don't.
The filing deadline is April 15th. If you don't think that's enough time for you, you can file for an extension, which gives you 6 months, so till October. Again, even if you owe, the IRS will work with you, even though that's not a common
denominator. Is that the word?
That's not the word I was looking for.
I thought you was looking for that.
Well, if you think you owe more than you can pay, then you can ask for another 60 to 120 days to pay back your taxes. Or you can always file for a payment arrangement where the interest rate is high, but they'll still let you pay back. Or
can you use
request
a debit card?
Yeah, you use debit card, credit card, check. They'll accept it as long as the money's good. Or you can offer for a compromise where they'll take a lesser amount than what you owe. So, what do we say?
Don't be like bro. Please don't.
Like, bro.
I'm praying. This is your money moment with your boy Marc.
And your girl Mona.
Alright, today we're going to talk about filing status. You know, it's tax season, 2020. So what do you think? What do you think about 2020 so far?
It's been long. I saw a meme the other day. It was like, January was a good year. Now in the February. It's been long. It's been long.
Yeah, I've been really, doing a lot of self-evaluation for the month of January. And just looking at, all the habits that the bad habits I have. And so I'm making an attempt to change my habits that I have. And so one of those habits involves, reading like one article a day about something. And I came across this one article, and this guy, he's an owner of his own wealth management company.
Yeah, you sent that to me.
You got it?
Yeah. I was reading it today.
You never texted me back about it.
Oh.
But yeah, anyway, so he has his own wealth management company. And basically, of course, when you have your own business, you have to file your tax return.
Right.
And so this dude decided not to file his state tax return, his individual tax return for, I think it was 4 or 5 years. And so, yeah, the IRS went after him.
Yeah, he was building wealth by not.
I just don't understand how you could think that, you're never going to get caught.
I mean, he got away with it for years.
Like in my mind, I'm just thinking, like, they be monitoring, like, what you do. I see him, he think he getting over, and then the next time we're just going to keep, recording how many times he's going to do it, and then, boom, they just hit you.
They were probably just waiting until it got to a certain amount. It was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, according to the article, he had, like, 671,000 in liens, tax liens.
That's dumb. So file your taxes.
Yes, please don't. Please don't. Bruh.
The deadline is April 15th.
It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. So, leading from there into filing status. So, what are the filing statuses? What do you think?
What do I think they are? What do I know they are?
Do you know what they are?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll let the people know.
Okay, we'll start with the first one. Single. The best. No, it's not the best one. That's just what I'm filing currently. Then we're going to go to married filing jointly. Married filing separately. Head of household. And then qualifying widow or widower, which I found out that's male and female.
You never knew that?
Yeah. The widower is a male. Okay, that's besides the point.
I learned that in the movie. I don't know what movie it was, but...
Alright. let's start. Single. That means you're unmarried, or you could have been divorced. But just say unmarried, never married, divorced, or legally separated.
And married filing joint, basically you were married for the whole year up until December 31st. Just the whole entire year you were married. One thing about married filing jointly, if your spouse passes away within that year, you can still file a joint return.
That's correct.
What's next?
The next one is married filing separately, which, I mean, you can be married and still file separate returns if you feel the need to. What can help that can lower your tax. So some people, they might not want us to have such a high tax, so they'll file married filing separately. They do recommend normally, but if you're gonna do that, to just prepare both ways and see which one is most beneficial for you.
Yeah, because you can lose out on a lot of like credits and stuff like that.
Deductions from your income as well.
Right. All right, the next one is head of household. So to qualify for that one, you basically have to provide more than half the support for yourself and the dependent. So the dependent you have, and there are other requirements as well, but we're not going to get too deep into that because the IRS can get really deep. The next one is the qualifying widower. So basically, widow or widower. So basically, if you were once married and your spouse passed away, you can file for qualifying widow or widower 2 years after the year your spouse passed. Okay? And so why are these important? Why? Why? Tell the people why.
So they're important because they're going to be what your tax rate is going to be. It can also affect some deductions that you can take. The difference between your filing status could be the difference between the deductions and your income. What's some more, Marcus?
Yeah, you can also affect, what type of tax credits that you could qualify for. So basically, if you're single, you can, if you make a certain amount of income, let's say if you're in the lower tax bracket, then you could potentially qualify for like the earned income tax credit, which is something we'll get into later. But other than that, based on your filing status, it'll determine what types of deductions or your tax rate, like Ramona was saying. Did you want to add anything else?
Nah.
So the next time we're gonna get into the income, all the money that you earn for the year. We'll catch you next Monday on Money Moments with your boy Mark
And your girl Mona.
Holla.